What is up, everybody? I am Get Flinged, and today we're going to be talking about Iana and why you need to be playing her more. Now, when I initially started working on the concept for this video, I was going to say that Iana is underrated and go that route, but I don't really think that's fair to say. I think that the players at the highest level have realized how good Iana is right now. If you watch Pro League, you will see her picked a lot, and I think it's the average player that just hasn't quite caught up to this yet, and that's really the goal with this video, is to make the case for why the average player should play her more. Throughout this video, you're going to see some clips of my gameplay, which demonstrates how strong she can be for that average player, especially for anybody that's solo queuing, which pretty much all the clips you're going to see of me will be me solo queuing, so keep that in mind as we go along. Also, you're going to see one clip from a recent pro match, which demonstrates how strong she can be at that level. Okay, getting into the reasons why you need to play more Iana, I think I want to focus on three main factors right now, and we'll break them down as we go along here. But the first one that I'm going to focus on is the fact that Iana can clear so much utility right now, and she can do it in a lot of different ways. She has the frag grenades, she also got the Gon 6, and then her decoy or hologram Gadget can also clear Aruni gates, which is not something that you should overlook right now. That is a nice aspect to her kit. To demonstrate this and just how much utility she can clear in a round, let's focus on a clip right now. I'll let it play and then we'll come back and talk about it. But just pay attention to how much utility I clear individually in this round.
There's one in customs.
Using Gemini. Gemini's offline.
One's above.
4 last operator standing.
Changing mags. Gathering intel.
Op 4 neutralized.
Okay, if we get past the Malusi, who was clearly a paid actor there, by my count there, I cleared 3 entry denials, 2 signal disruptors, 1 Banshee, and 1 Aruni gate. Now, granted, a couple of those things I shot with my gun, didn't necessarily have to do with Iana specifically there, but a lot of it did have to do with the frags, the Gon 6, and her, Gadget, the hologram. And keep in mind, whenever I cleared that Aruni gate there with her decoy, that allowed me to drone out the site later in the round. If I, was determined to clear that Aruni gate, normally I would have had to use a drone. That was all I had left, and that would have, deprived me of that information that I got later in the round that helped me get that kill on Capcom. So I think that really demonstrates the strength of her ability to clear a lot of utility very easily in a lot of different ways. Now, another thing that I would like to mention along these lines has to do with the Gon 6 and how Iana can basically clear her own ADSs without needing any help. And this kind of plays into why I feel like Iana is so good for the solo queue player right now. With, the Gon 6, people have, made the argument that they don't feel like it's made that big of an impact and whatever. I understand where a lot of people are coming from there. But what you can't argue is that the Gon 6 can allow Iana to clear her own ADSs or disable her own ADSs without wasting one of her frag grenades. And I think that's really, really strong. So yeah, I mean, not every round are you going to clear a deployable shield or a Banshee with the Gon 6 probably. But if there's an ADS blocking your way where you can get an easy kill with a frag grenade, being able to clear it with the Gon 6 and still have both your frag grenades is really strong. Okay, the next major point regarding Ana that I want to focus on is her weapon selection, and it's amongst the best in the game. She has the choice in two primaries between the ARX and the G36C, both of which are really good. The ARX has the edge when it comes to damage output, but it has this small mag and 20 rounds. The G36C has the edge in that you can put an angle grip on it and that it has the bigger round. Okay, so that's kind of the balance between the two, in my opinion. And I give the nod to the G36C. That's what I prefer right now. Although both are really good options. Like, it's not night and day between these two. The reason I give the edge to the G36C is that angle grip is really strong in the game. I almost prefer the 2-time scope compared to the ACOG. On the ARX, Iana has the ACOG available. On the G36C, she has the 2-time. I think I prefer the 2-time right now. So I run G36C angle grip with the 2-time. I don't have to worry about a small 20-round mag. The recoil is very manageable after the buff that it recently got. And I think that's a very good option. But both of these are great. Her optic selection is great between the two. If you're somebody who misses that old ACOG on a lot of the operators that used to have it on attack, you can run that on the ARX, and that weapon slaps. It really does. It's got a nice damage output with vertical grip, very little recoil. You don't have that angle grip available on it. That's kind of a downside there. But a lot of people really love that thing on Iana, and I get it. Now, the reason I wanted to emphasize this point is because a lot of the average players out there, you can talk about utility clear, you can talk about information, and all that stuff is important. But, when it comes to the average Siege player, they want to play somebody that they feel like they can shoot people with and that they can do it effectively. And I think Iana checks that box 100% because of these weapon selections. It's definitely somebody you can feel comfortable with. If all else fails and you just need to win a gunfight, she can do it. Okay, the third major reason that I want to focus on is Iana's primary gadget, and the fact that Iana can gather information very, very quickly throughout the entire round, and she's not dependent upon her drones in order to do that. Because of that hologram that she has, she can throw it out mid or late round, and she can clear a huge area very quickly. Let's go into another round right now that I'll let play. I'm going to use my primary gadget as Iana twice in this clip, and just look at how much area I clear with it both times and how much faster it is to do that than it would be with a drone.
Bomb has been located.
Switching to ER.
You have located a bomb.
I'm reloading. Giving a better flip.
I had to show you guys me threading the needle with that nade there to get that kill. So forgive me for fumbling this one right here. But yeah, besides that, I used the decoy twice that round, get a ton of information with it both times, and I do so very quickly. And I think that's the real strength. I think that if there is a part of Iana that's always been underrated, it's that aspect of her and just how much ground you can clear quickly with her primary gadget. And the fact that it regenerates or has a cooldown means that a lot of times you're going to be able to use it in the late round situations where with any other operator, you would be information starved because you've already used both of your drones and maybe they've been destroyed or they're in different parts of the map. And again, I think that's really important, particularly for the average players, and particularly in solo queue situations. But don't underestimate the ability to use the decoy with a teammate behind it. You know, that was kind of one of the things that was really emphasized with her when she was launched, and people have kind of gone away from it. But right now, let me show you Vertical using this in Pro League. He's a pro player for Oxygen. You're going to see him playing around with Iana here. Pay attention to the kills he gets with the nades as well as the gun, and then using the decoy to set up kills for his teammates.
Nade to the top of Freezer Stairs will get rampy, and as he goes down, Oxygen with the lead-off frag. There's still Fultz inside of security. He needs to be dealt with, and he will be down on the floor now. Whether or not the attackers know it, they're soon to find out, and there it is. The call is in. 2 nades from Vertical, 2 kills for Vertical. Oxygen in a great position to put this onto match point. Kino taking a little bit of damage on the big window. Great use of the Iana clone, and a follow-up as well from Laxing and Yaga will net Bosco by games. Luke and thinking now the last 2 defenders make that just thinking. He has to retake against 5 attackers from Trophy. Do a lot of damage to Vertical, but not enough to get the kill. And now in the post plant, this is looking pretty darn desperate. Position given away, and he can't even land a single shot on Yaga. A flawless round for...
Okay, I think that clip right there really kind of pulls it all together. You see the total package of Iana. Everything but the Gon 6 was utilized right there. And, you're seeing it done at the highest level of play. So with that said, I think we're going to wrap it up here, guys. If you're somebody who hasn't been playing Iana recently, give her another look. Trust me, she's a lot of fun to play, and she can be very good for the team, especially for you solo queue players out there. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll have more coming your way here soon.